Hello my fellow mongrels, welcome back to the custom Hearthstone expansion, the Mongrel Horde. Last week I showed you guys an overview of the entire expansion, and in today's video we'll be diving into the cards for each class, starting with this legendary for Death Knight, Chalga Razorflank.
Troublesome whelps! I'll teach you to interfere!
Chalga is a 3-mana 3/3 Quillball with 2 blood runes, and she interacts with a brand new token from the expansion, Blood Shards. Remember Blood Gems from Battlegrounds? Well, this is my take on what they could look like in Standard. Blood Shards are a 1-mana spell that will give a friendly minion +1/+1, but it will merge with any adjacent Blood Shards while in hand, combining their stat bonus but keeping the 1-mana cost. Chalga would make it so that your Blood Shards give another +1/+1 this game, so future copies will start out as +2/+2, and Chalga would then add a Blood Shard to your hand. Many of the Death Knight cards in the expansion will interact with Blood Shards, as well as a few neutral cards. A core part of Death Knight's class identity is that they're not really supposed to get access to buff cards, aside from hand buffs, just because the hero power has charge, and it could feel really unfun to suddenly be attacked by a giant frail ghoul you didn't see coming. But I think the Blood Shards kinda work anyway, because the opponent will know anytime you get a Blood Shard and anytime your Blood Shards merge, and if they're paying attention they will know exactly how big your Blood Shards are and can prepare against it. Besides, the way I see it, this Blood Shard archetype is kinda like playing a quest, building up your Blood Shards over time, and the reward is getting to attack with a giant frail ghoul. In this expansion, Death Knight is also one of the 6 classes that gain access to the new keyword, Warband. When you include a card with the Warband keyword in your deck, you get access to a new page where you can then select 3 token minions out of a list of 9 to become your Warband. These 3 minions can then be generated by other cards. Death Knight gets a few cards that generate Warband members. Death Knight also gets a payoff to their Warband, Amnena Coldbringer.
To me, my servants.
I already showed this card in the last video, so I'll try to keep it brief. Amnena is a 6-mana 4/6 legendary undead, and when you play him he will resurrect all your Warband members that died this game, even duplicates, but with +2/+2. Another big feature of the Mongrel Horde expansion is the new Kobold minion type. Each class gets a Kobold minion that has some kind of bonus or effect while adjacent to another Kobold, like Kobold Necromancer for Death Knight. This is a 2-mana 1/3 undead Kobold with 1 unholy rune, and whenever an adjacent Kobold dies while it's on the battlefield, the Kobold will be resummoned with 1 health remaining, but this effect can only trigger once per turn. Now let's move on to the cards for Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter gets a couple cards for a lifesteal archetype, such as the legendary Tyranna Shadeleaf.
Let's kill some more demons.
Tyranna is a 5-mana 3/5 legendary minion, and she will cost your lifesteal cards to restore health to your hero twice. And when you play her, she will cost your next lifesteal card to cost 4 less. Demon Hunter gets a few cards that revolve around lifesteal. Demon Hunter also gets a Kobold minion, Waxed Up Star. This 2-mana 1/4 Kobold will cause the Kobold to the left of it to have Rush, and the one to the right of it to have Lifesteal while it's on the battlefield. In addition to the Lifesteal package, Demon Hunter also gets a big demon package in this expansion. Here's a few cards that support this direction. The payoff to this package is Ascalor.
Your souls will know endless agony.
Ascalor is an 8-mana 6/9 legendary demon with Rush, and whenever he attacks an enemy, he will summon a random demon from your deck that attacks it first. This effect works similarly to cards like Neptulon or Thorinir Drake, so if the minion you summon kills the target, Ascalor won't get to attack again. Demon Hunter does not get a Warband. Instead, they are one of the 5 classes that get access to a returning keyword, Side Quests. Demon Hunter gets 2 new side quests, each supporting one of their archetypes in the expansion. Now let's move on to the cards for Druid, such as the legendary Spirit of Sator.
I am nature's guardian.
This is a 6-mana 5/3 undead minion, and when he dies he will resurrect a random friendly taunt minion, and then when that taunt minion dies, Sator will get resummoned. Druid only really gets 1 minion that supports Sator in this expansion, but Druid already has plenty of taunt minions, so I don't think it's a huge issue. Most of the Druid cards in the expansion revolve around a new type of spell called Idols. Druid gets 3 of these spells, and Idols are basically Druid's answer to Demon Hunter's relics. But while Demon Hunters have their attention on the future, Druids are more focused on the past. When you cast an idol spell, it will also recast all other idols you've cast that game. Druid gets the location Barrow Den, which will add a random idol to your hand. Druid's other legendary is Tyranna's sister, Fandris Shadeleaf.
Is there danger? I can handle it!
Fandris is a 7-mana 7/7 legendary minion, and when you play her she will cast all 3 idol spells. Like Demon Hunter, Druid is one of the 5 classes that get 2 side quests. Druid get a side quest that supports their taunt cards, and one that might be played in the idol deck. Lastly, Druid also gets a Kobold minion. I showed this card in the last video, so I won't go into detail. Now for the cards for Hunter. Hunter gets a new beast package like the legendary Chomper. Chomper is a 5-mana 4/2 beast, and when you play him he will give the next 3 beasts you play +4/+2, but they won't be able to attack the enemy hero the turn they are played. This package generally comes with a lot of cards that buff beasts, or beasts that scale nicely with buffs. Like I said earlier, each class gets a Kobold minion, and that's obviously also the case for Hunter. Gravel Snout Rider is a 3-mana 1/3 Kobold, and after an adjacent Kobold dies while it's on the battlefield, it will deal 2 damage to the enemy hero. Like Death Knight, Hunter is one of the classes that get access to a Warband. Hunter gets these 2 cards that generate Warband members. Hunter also gets a legendary payoff to the Warband, Chieftain Grimlock.
Trunks, bring me their skulls!
Grimlock is a 7-mana 6/6 minion with charge, and when you play him he will gain +2/+2 for each Warband member you summon this game. The last 2 cards for Hunter are not meant for any specific archetype, just a new secret and a new shot spell, which might be relevant in the future, wink wink. Okay, this video is already very long, so I'm gonna call it here for today. Next week we'll look at the cards for some of the other classes, starting with Mage. But you can check out all 145 cards of the Mongrel Horde for yourself now! If you go to the description, there's a link that takes you to an overview of the entire expansion. That's it for today guys, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, you know it, and I will see you next time!